Homelessness day 21. 3 weeks. Oh, that's what. What do I have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. So there's a song called Home by Machine Gun Kelly, as the ambassador or ex-ambassadors in Baby Rexha. And I listen to it every now and then, especially the more depressed I get. Because it pretty much is exactly what I'm thinking, just in a more eloquent. Yeah. I'm not a very eloquent person. I'm not flowery in general. You know, I'm not generally good with words. I can tell a story, but that's about it. But the story is mine. I can't tell any other story. You know, like when it says, look, I didn't power through the struggle just to let a little trouble knock me out of my position and interrupt the vision. After everything I've witnessed, after all these decisions, all these miles, feet, inches, they can't add up to the distance that I've been through just to get to a place where even if there's no closure, I'm still safe. I still ache from trying to keep pace. Somebody give me a sign. I'm starting to lose faith. Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, I mean, in my case, I perpetually lose faith. It's very often, or rather, it's extremely rare that I'm not losing faith. In fact, it's very rare for me to even gain a little sense of faith in whatever. And for me, faith isn't necessarily just a religion thing. I mean, it's obviously a basis of religion. I'm not a religious person. I grew up in that environment and it didn't fit me. I know it fits a lot of people, and I know there are a lot of good people in this world who are religious. I mean, it's one of the reasons why my homelessness was not absolute. I mean, it was shit. Obviously, it was horrible, and nobody should have to go through it, and I would never recommend anybody go through it. But that being said, the horribleness was mitigated often due to practitioners of certain faiths, be it Buddhists, Christians, etc. Free kitchens that were available. And one might be like, well, why wouldn't you go there now? Because it's like at least an hour just to get there. They're only open at certain times. Most of it's in Skid Row anyway. Don't want to go back there. I mean, I actively sought out ways to get out of Skid Row when I was homeless. I did everything that I could to spend no time there, if at all possible. And I would say that motivation was what got me out of homelessness in the first place. And it's probably one of the reasons why, despite everything, I still look to other cities for housing, not just Texas. Or not just here in LA. Texas is one of them. Now, I haven't really hit any of them up yet. I've hit a couple of them up just because they were pretty good and maybe too good to be true. And I haven't heard any response back. But most of the things that I've sent things to, I get no response back. If I do get a response, I get basically the exact same weird, hey, we're going to be out of town doing this weird charity thing. And it's with it's the same charity. And the names may actually be the same, and I'm not talking about the charity, but of the actual people that are involved in the, it's like my wife is doing this and I'm going to be doing this and blah, and I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this shit. Like when I see a giant block of text and it looks almost identical to a previous one, I can just scan it and determine that it is in fact identical. So that's a scammer bullshit thing that I don't want to have to deal with. And that's part of the losing faith thing, is the perpetual disappointment in everything that I'm trying to overcome. It's one of the reasons why I don't look that often, despite the fact that I probably should. Because, like, okay, when I was younger, especially in my early 20s, and I would talk to people, hell, early, late 20s, doesn't matter. I would talk to people, especially older guys, about how to pick up women. Not pick up artists crap, but just how to do it. And one of the more common things was, effectively, the shotgun method. You just talk to as many women as possible. And that has always been the most annoying thing. Now, I get it. I am aware of the logic and statistics that are associated with that. That the more people you talk to, the higher chance you have of meeting somebody that you will get along with. I get that. But doing it for that purpose is so hollow and shallow to me that I can't. There's no quality in that. It's one of the reasons why I fucking absolutely hate, with a goddamn passion, dating apps. Because it's the same bullshit. It's the same shit with this housing thing. It's all the fucking same. There's no quality in it. It's just quantity, 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 quantity. Just fucking quantity. It's the jerk-off motion, basically. And I get it, again, mathematically speaking, but it's so fucking draining. Mentally, emotionally, it even physically drains me. Like, it may not seem like something that would drain you. Oh, you're just on the internet for about 2 or 3 hours. That's not that big a deal. You do that all the time. Hell, you can play an internet video game for 15 hours straight. That's not draining to you. I mean, it is, but after 15 hours it is. But 3 hours of getting just shit. Like, it would be different if I was getting literal shit versus, hey, every 30 minutes you get a nice cookie flavored carrot. It may not necessarily be a carrot, but maybe every now and then you also get a cookie in the process. But like, the whole thing is stimulating in a positive way. Trying to get things like housing or relationship and just going out there and being as quick and efficient as possible, but also somehow not putting your mental health on the line, doesn't seem possible at all. Because for me, every interaction with a human being, even though I have streamlined my emails that I send out to people, it's still mentally taxing to just get like a 1-sentence response that just says, please send me your email and phone number, even though it's in the fucking email. It's like, why? Why is this a thing? Why can't we just have, like, and it doesn't fucking matter what website I use. It could be rent.com. It could be apartments.com. It could be whatever, fucking Zillow. I don't know if Zillow, but it doesn't matter. Or Craigslist. It doesn't matter, because it's all literally the same. All of it. Like, some of your options may be different, but it's all literally the fucking same. It might as well be all the same exact website. Because I have sent messages to people on apartments.com, on rent.com, on Craigslist. I have received what could basically be 3 human responses. It's possible all the rest of them are from humans, but scammers. But human in the sense they actually responded in some way that wasn't just yet another formulaic response. Like, again, mine is formulaic in the sense that I repeat the same thing to every single booking that I send it out to. But here's the thing. I try to make it personal. And maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much work into this. Maybe I'm putting too much of myself into this. But the thing is like, I'm looking at my history, at what I've done that has been successful, and even told to me what others have done that they have acquired from me that has made them successful. So I'm like, why would I change anything? Why would I change something that worked in the past? Now, of course, just because it worked in the past doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to work. I get it. We've always done it this way. I mean, that's status quo bullshit, of course. But the thing is like, I'm under the impression I'm talking to a human. I'm under the impression that that human wants to know who the hell they're talking to. And not just, like, if I just send out an email to somebody that says, hey, is it available? Like, what's the fucking point in that? Like, it's nothing. I mean, sometimes the listing, they'll say, you know, say a little bit about yourself, but I'm like, why would I make more than one or two? Like, I have two basic formats. I have one if I'm talking to a potential roommate, and I have another if I'm talking to a potential landlord. Because the roommate is going to want to know certain things about me that are associated with how I'll be living my life. Whereas the landlord's going to want to know things about who I am as a person that, you know, like, they're going to want to know, like, the superficials. But, you know, so, like, am I going to be having kids over? I don't have kids, so it's not a problem. I'm not married. I'm single. I am this age. You know, it's like, I'm single, I'm male, I don't have any kids. I don't use, like, I don't need a car space yet. So it's like, if they have spots in their apartment complex that you have to pay for or something like that, I don't know. But the thing is like, and you know what? It's the same with, like, cover letters and resumes and jobs. It all feels the same. It's all draining. It's all disappointing. It's all frustrating. And nothing ever makes me feel better for doing those things. I don't feel good at the end of a day trying to find housing or trying to find a girlfriend or somebody, a friend of any kind, on a dating app, or trying to find housing. It's like, if we're going to make this so impersonal, we should make it as easy as possible. Just like, if I go to the store and I want to buy some chips and the chips that I want aren't there, okie dokie. Like, yeah, I might have had some hopes for them, but the chips aren't there. Okie doke. Better yet, if maybe I was able to buy it all and have it sent to me, you know, kind of like Instacart. But it's like, if I knew exactly what the item was, and I could just if I could just somehow get it without it even having to worry about, you know, it's like, if I bought it, you know, I'm getting it. It's been set aside for me. There's an inventory of 5. I'm the first in the line. And then, like, 5 people later want to buy it. With the 5th person in the end of the line, they don't get it. That should be how it is for cars. That should be how it is for houses. Hell, that's how it should be for fucking relationships. This whole thing is stupid. It sucks. And you might wonder why I am so goddamn frustrated all the fucking time. Because I can barely get my basics as it is. And then when you get things, I mean, of course, like I said before in other videos, sometimes your basics are required for other things, but then those other things, it's the catch-22 bullshit. You need housing to get a job, you need a job to get a house. It's stupid. So I'm constantly struggling through this whole shit. And then I have to struggle with my own crap. That's not even these frustrating things. And it's like, I mean, today I finally washed the dishes, like I showed in the opening shot, only after like 4 or 5 days, even though it only took me like 15 minutes. Because it's like, even that's a struggle. I'm going to take a shower after this because I haven't showered in 2 days. Because that's a struggle. Waking the fuck up is a struggle. Every moment of my life is a goddamn struggle. And then, in order to do all this other bullshit, I have to do those things successfully often enough for there to be some level of stability. It's no damn wonder that regularly throughout my life, I am always planning my suicide. Have fun with that.